from the ashes.
Shine bright up all night, we're never slowing down. Fall in love, drunk mistakes, we're bound to hit the ground. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. Young blood made of gold, a mind you can't control. Running wild, can't come down. My head is in the clouds. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping
Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Good to see you all on this Saturday, May 4th, 2024. It is 2:38 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Thank you all so much for joining me. Grass Monster, thank you so much for becoming a member. Really do appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. While the intro was playing, I was trying to find out how to gift the 5 memberships. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Fun to ski, thank you so much, my friend, for 2 months. We love you as well, my friend. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's good to see you all. Hope you all got some rest last night. We were up rather late, rather late. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you so much. Thank you, Touch of Class. Good to see you. Poppy, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. So, a lot going on in this case. The whole case is confusing. Yes. Why hasn't? Why? Cher, do you know? Hold on one second. Cher, do you know how to do the gifting? They do like 10 memberships. I I can't do it. I don't know how to do it. Nurse Jen, thank you so much, my love. Thank you for becoming a member. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate you. So little bit ago, remember Seth's PIs, right? Remember Seth's PIs. They dropped something just a little bit ago, and we're going to discuss it, but we got a lot. I got several different things here we're going to talk about. Okay, hold on one second. You're live, Share.
Hey,
Hey.
so going through YouTube,
Uh-huh.
like you're gonna buy yourself a membership,
Okay.
and then when you go to click on, like, yeah, go through like you're gonna buy yourself a membership. That's how I do it, and then it should pop up automatically saying you have 10 memberships to give. Give 5 now,
See, mine
and it has
doesn't
a
say
little
that.
button
I
that says,
did that and it doesn't say that.
"Huh, well then I don't know."
I'll have to check. Maybe I need to turn on something. I don't know. I'll have to check.
Maybe.
I'll see. I'll see.
Okay, I'll
Uh,
try and see if I can figure out anything too. Okay,
all
bye.
right. Thank you, love. Bye bye. Okay. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Thank you, Nurse Jen, so much for becoming a member on that. Thank you so much, Rhonda. Do appreciate you, my friend. Thank you, thank you, Rhonda. Thank you for being here every live. Thank you so much, my dear. All right, all right. So, got a lot to talk about here. But the first thing that I do want to discuss is let me okay, first of all, no, that's not the first thing I want to discuss. There is an Amber Alert. I want to make sure I'm saying her name correctly. Eleia Torres. She has been missing since yesterday, from Clovis, New Mexico, 10 months old, little baby girl, brown hair, brown eyes, approximately 2'4", 23 pounds, could be in a maroon Honda. Uh, a photo has been added. The following information, uh, there's an Amber Alert at the Clovis Police Department. For details, contact Clovis Police Department at 575-769-1921. The Clovis Police Department is asking for public's assistance in locating Eleia Maria Torres, who is 10 months old, 28 inches tall, 23 pounds. She has brown eyes, brown hair. At around 4:30 p.m. May 3rd, which was yesterday, 2024, the Clovis Police Department was dispatched to an incident at Ned Hook Park, located at 700 Country Road 17 near Clovis. Upon arrival, officers located two deceased adult females and a 5-year-old juvenile with pew pew GUN shot wounds. After further investigation, Clovis officers learned one of the deceased females was a mother of the child. Torres should be sorry, Torres should have been with the deceased mother. There is currently no suspect in this incident. However, it is suspected the suspect was possibly in a maroon Honda uh, car, unknown model. So if you have seen this child, this is, and specifically if you live in New Mexico, this is an absolute horrible story, y'all. Remember, a maroon Honda. If you see a maroon Honda, especially in New Mexico or any surrounding states, write down that license plate number. Call it in. Maroon Hondas. I mean, that's a very, that to me that's not, doesn't sound like it's a, that's kind of a rare color, right? It's not white or black or, gold or whatever, red, maroon. She is 10 months old. There was her mother, two deceased adult females, and a 5-year-old juvenile with GUN wounds, deceased. To me, that sounds like it could be a custody thing, but that's just, of course, speculation. Absolutely never, 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 never approach a suspect ever, ever. Write down the license number, approximately where you saw the car. Don't make contact ever. Okay? And just call it in. This baby needs to be found, and the victims need justice. This is a really, really, really sad thing. Please take one good look at this one more time. And if anyone is located near Clovis, Clovis, New Mexico, yesterday, this happened yesterday, and it happened at, uh, is it Ned Hook Park? Ned Huck Park, located at 700 Country Road, 17 near Clovis. Upon arrival, they found two deceased adult females and a 5-year-old juvenile that were unalived with GUN wounds. After further investigation, Clovis officers learned one of the deceased females was a mother to this beautiful baby. The suspect is possibly in a maroon Honda car, unknown model. So you're probably, you're any maroon Honda. Just a tragedy. Just an absolute tragedy. And we're going to stay on this and try to keep you posted on this. Okay. So, couple things that I want to share with you. All right, first, the PIs. The PIs. All right. Wrote about them no longer working, rather representing Seth as, working as a PI for Seth. Justice Warriors, good morning and thank you for all your kindness. Many of us have Many of you have noticed how quiet we've been in the last few days, which I know must have been a shock considering that we had previously been, quote, shouting from the mountaintops, end quote, so to speak, about the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers. I apologize for my vague answers and sometimes lack of answers to all your messages. You have all been so supportive, and you do not deserve to be ghosted. So I am going to put this here, and I pray that y'all can get behind the new direction of the case. New direction of the case. We're going to follow up with that in a moment. As you probably already know, Tracy and I came into this case on April 15th. My style of investigating is an, quote, in your face tactic that is meant to draw people out and get to the bottom of what is going on. We walked into a SHIT storm, had been brewing for some time, and things got really out of hand. Aside from the public outburst on web sleuths, the public did not know what had occurred behind the scenes. What the public saw was the tip of the iceberg, and I was becoming extremely concerned about how far things would go. Whether any of it actually had anything to do with Sebastian is debatable. Some say yes and some say no. Regardless, someone needed to step in who could calm the storm, and the person is Tony Mathis. Now, I did successfully open a line of communication between myself and the Proudfoots, and I was trying to do my very best to diffuse the situation. However, I was unable to do so, and therefore someone else needed to step in. I wish him the very best, and I agree that although transparency with the public is necessary to some degree, in this case, there are things that are better kept close to the vest. I am going to comment on one thing regarding Katie. I don't know what happened on February 26, 2024, the day that Sebastian seemingly vanished into thin air. However, I've seen some things said about her past that breaks my heart. She is being chastised over something that she had no control over. Unfortunately, we don't get to choose our parents. Please try to have some empathy, at least pertaining to all the aspects of this. That's all I'm going to say about that. Lastly, I have seen many asking if I am still working for Seth. With recent developments and with Mr. Mathis taking over, I am stepping back. Justice Warriors Investigates services are always available to him when he needs us. But to answer the question, we are no longer under a retainer. We do believe that the photo of Grandfather Mountain is Sebastian. And until we know one way or the other there isn't much we can do. If it is Sebastian, this would become a federal case, and we would be thrilled, capital letters, thrilled, for the FBI to take the lead. This would be the best development yet. As a private investigator, we can do a lot to help the case along, but we do not have the ability to get the warrants. That is what is needed to gather evidence necess- necessary to find Sebastian. We will continue to follow the case closely and share updates that are released to the public. We love Sebastian, and we'll continue to pray for his return. Respectfully, Heather. Okay. What is your thoughts? I think a lot of people who Seth is hiring are taking advantage of him in this situation. Um, yeah. Now she is saying that, in their opinion, they believe this is Sebastian. Seth, he's the father. He knows his son better than anybody, right? But not signed off by Chloe too. I did notice that. I did notice that. Um, but is this something that, he's doing it to keep the hope alive? Does he really think this is Sebastian? Again, I pray it is, but it's becoming a pissing war between Seth and CP. Perhaps boy mama, but remember, Chris does not like pissing. He makes that very clear. He's such an asshole. It's really is hard to believe the PI can't be solved this. Yeah, a mediator such as Tony may be what's needed to keep uh, Chris in check. Did you hear Chris call in on the Seth Mashing channel? It was bizarre. I did not, Anna. Did not. Um. Okay. Good morning. Which is why I think Tony came in to calm things big time. Hopefully, he can do something like that. He will be definitely met with a lot of challenges trying to keep the waters calm, shall we say. He will definitely. Uh, why can't they get warrants? Well, I mean, private investigators can't get warrants or anything like that. But please don't mention any channels. Please don't mention any channels in chat. Please, 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 please. Um, so there is that. I hope more than anything in this world that is Sebastian. However, I personally don't feel that it is him. And I've got some more photos we're going to look over. As of yesterday, Chris and Katie are where they have always been. You gotta have that mindset. And it is right here. Hold on. Let me back it up here. I want it back up. 1 second. There's Chris and Katie's car. This was May 3rd, 2024. I will not understand how they can feel that it is best for, especially Katie. I cannot understand how she thinks being 3 hours away is better for finding Sebastian. Kathy Freeman, thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate your support. Thank you so much. Melissa B, thank you for 1 month, my friend. In my opinion, selling the house is a red flag. Allegedly, in June, goes on the market. Now that's been a long time rumor that they were going to sell it. Um, if it goes on the market, people are going to freak out, in my opinion. Katie, how will Sebastian find you when he comes home? Justin, you're awesome. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you so much, my friend. I really do appreciate your support. Can you imagine them selling their house? I mean, there is mothers that have lived in their house for 20, 23, 25 years, still waiting for their child to come home that went missing 25 years ago. So, what's the deal with that? What's the deal with that? They need to lock that house down as a crime scene. I don't know. To me, if that house does go on the market in June, I will be gobsmacked, as they say in the UK. Gobsmacked. Thank you, Kathy. Jason, nope, only his brother lives there, and I think so. Everyone is still searching around Hendersonville, around the Hendersonville area. Why? I think we need to search on routes, in my opinion, going to Memphis, right? Mississippi. That's where I think we need to be looking now. Because honestly, if he was in that area, if he was in the area, they have poured over this many times. Wouldn't they have found him? Uh, Katie said she would wait for him to walk in. Liar. Katie, where you at? Where you at, Katie? Carla, thank you so much for becoming a member. Thank you for your support. Thank you, my love. Tracy, so glad you're live starting over. Hope everyone is having one amazing day. Thank you, sweet Tracy. Good to see you. Love you, my dear. Love you, my sweeties. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you, Melissa. What did Miss SU say? I didn't see it. Hello, Juju. Good to see you. I truly believe that the reason they are camping away from home is because they know that the neighbors know too much, and Katie feels hated, in my opinion. Perhaps, but does she not think everyone in that RV park knows what they're doing too? You know what I mean? Like, no matter where they go, people know, right? That they, and people should know that they have a missing child. They should be, again, shouting it from the rooftops. They will say that they don't feel safe at their house. I would feel safer at my house than I would someone being able to hook up a trailer and pull me off in the middle of the night. You know what I mean? And things got wheels. So, I don't know about that. I would feel much more safer in my $600,000 home that doesn't have wheels on it than perhaps a trailer that has, you know, an inch of wall space, right? With 10 over it. Just me. Just me. Just saying. Uh I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it. Now, there is something that makes them want that there is something that specifically makes Katie want to be there. And some people will say, uh, oh, it's, she wants to be with her husband. Well, do you want to be with your husband, or do you want to be looking for your child? And then others will say, Katie has gotten exactly what she wanted. She's with Chris, which is exactly what she wanted, which people speculate that it was Chris or Sebastian, right? Mothers look for their children. It's just that simple. She needs Chris to speak for her. Well, he speaks, it feels like, for everybody. And he is the one that was not there, allegedly. So this was yesterday. They got their pullouts there. They got their camera on the outside. And they are just doing that. That's from Leanne on TT. So there is that. If I had a child that was missing, my first priority would be calling 911, then going to look for them. Yes. I don't believe that Katie was on that three-way call the entire time. I'll just be honest with you. I don't think so. Even the way that she mentions uh Chris calling in and saying the police are on their way, get home. Well, if you was on the phone the entire time, you would know. Wasn't there, no lie detector for him. Well, again, Chris says he passed the lie detector test with flying colors. Now, I personally, either way, whether he passed or he failed it, to me, they're, a pseudoscience anyways, first of all. But second of all, he said that they had taken one to begin with. And then he said, oh, well, I didn't say who took it. And you know what? Chris could be saying he, you got to ask Chris very specific, or he'll skirt around the question. Did he pass every question? Every single question? Because you can pass, I haven't heard anybody talk about this. You can pass some questions and you can fail some questions. There's that as well. Still a pseudoscience, but I'm just saying he could have passed some questions, he could have failed others. He says he passed it with flying colors, though. So this is Chris has to be involved somehow. I will never in a million years believe he would back up his wife unless he's involved. I absolutely agree. I agree with your opinion. I really do. Narcissists always exaggerate. He would how would he know he passed with flying colors. Do they generally give you a breakdown of your test results? They actually do. They actually give you your results within minutes, generally, after taking the test. They will come in, uh, and he is right on that. They will come in and tell you your results very shortly after evaluating and reading the test results. Cher says, my issue with that, though, Chris has already lied about taking one. So how do we believe him now? Yes. Um, I mean, I'll be the first to say I don't think Seth is a suspect, in my opinion. I feel like he was absolutely at work. Um, and they said his test was well, I don't know what I think they said inconclusive or whatever like that. But he was on a bunch of medicines and all that. I just don't really, whether Chris passes it, fails it, Seth passes it, fails it. I just don't read a lot into it. Um, there's a reason why these cannot be held up in most courts. Here is some very interesting of the early days when they were in the Navy. Seth said he did not get the results and that they went to Nancy. Well, then how did he know that it was inconclusive? It's not a reliable science. You know what? I think they should just give everyone a PET scan. Just give him a PET scan. Do that. And then I'll believe more of it. Yeah, his mom said that, but how does she know? If Seth doesn't know, his mom wouldn't know either, would she? I mean, I don't think so. I don't care if Chris fails or not. I'm saying I don't care if Chris fails or not. It's him saying he took it for me. Yeah. Seth said she was just speculating. I don't know. And again, why has Nancy not done an update on this? Seth never said it's his mama's thought that. Okay. She might have guessed because he told her he dozed off. Well, that doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything. They want you to get very relaxed. Mr. Proudfoot working on something. We know this photo of Miss Katie, Mr. Proudfoot again. I guess this is Katie getting married again. Katie's pretty. She's a pretty woman when she's done up. She really is. It's so weird she's been mute since his poly that I can't shake. It's weird. It is weird. It really is weird. There's so many things about this. Now, this looks like happier times in the Proudfoot home. Happier times, right? I think this came from it's Cluminati. Credit goes to her. Uh, soon home Sebastian. There is Sebastian. We got Seth. So, you know, different times. Different. You have to be kidding. She looks like Sissy Speck and shut up. She's pretty when she's done up. I mean, she is. She puts a little makeup on. She's pretty. I mean, she's not busted. She's not. I don't think she is. I think she's pretty when she's done up. It's Carrie. I'm the Mary, you're the Rhoda. I'm the Mary, you're the Rhoda. I'm going to show y'all some more stuff here. We're going to take some calls if anybody wants to call in as well. Um, oops, 1 second here. Let me pop up some stuff here. Some things on NamUs, which NamUs is a national government database that has any missing, uh, unidentified, uh, unsolved cases on here, and Sebastian is on here. It says his last date of contact, February 25th, 2024, missing from Hendersonville, current age 15. His NamUs number is 2014106, 5'5", 120 pounds. Okay. Let's see here. Missing from tribal land. No. Last seen. Okay, this is interesting what it says right here. Last seen at approximately 10 p.m. on 2/25/24. Thank you for calling.
Hey, Justin, how are you today?
Good. How are you, dear?
Good. This is Reed from Virginia.
Hey, girl.
I was just calling. I really believe Seth has made a huge mistake in hiring this PR person.
This new PR person.
I just don't think that PR people, in my opinion, have any business in missing kids cases.
Yeah, I mean it's it's I just don't think anybody can speak better than the parents. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um, but
I think we've all connected with Seth because he has been real about this whole situation.
sure.
And that's what you and I and every other parent that has any conscience to them would be doing. I mean, I would be a blubbering, snotty mess begging for somebody to please help me, but it seems like he's going to shut Seth up. I mean, it's like he's going to try to control the narrative.
Yeah.
Last night, Seth is always wearing Sebastian's shirt. He's always, last night, the PR person had him in a collared shirt. I haven't seen Seth in a collared shirt for 2 months.
Right. Right. I mean, they're trying to polish up maybe the image a little bit, right? Um,
Right.
it's social media is extremely new to all of us, right? I
Right.
mean, when social media really came out, it was Facebook and YouTube, and that was, now there is so much social media, and everyone is on it, all of us, 20, just like hours a day, right?
Oh yeah. All
A-
right. If you're awake, you're looking at social media.
And this is so new. So it's I get what you're saying. I mean, do they does he feel like he needs help? I mean, I think I don't know.
And maybe he's just grasping for straws at this point. Maybe this,
Sure.
has approached him saying, "Oh, I'm the spokesperson for," but he will never be a spokesperson for Chris. Chris is his own person. He likes the drama. He likes to get on these shows and run his mouth. He needs to be out searching for his stepson, not his son.
Yeah. I
And I just don't.
I agree, and I think it would help Katie if she would be involved. Katie's like, well, these people are going to, say this and that. I guarantee you, if you went to a vigil, everyone would be respectful to both of them. Absolutely, they would be respectful.
Absolutely.
Nobody's going to be an asshole at something like that. And if they are, they need to be kicked out.
Oh, absolutely. But I think Katie holds the key, and
I do too.
Chris has shut. He is so controlling. He has shut her up. He's not allowing her to say anything. But I don't understand why law enforcement hasn't got her in a room by this point and said. I mean, they're watching everything. They watch social media. They know exactly what's going on. And I mean, everybody is saying. I mean, people that's not even law enforcement. I'm not law enforcement, but I can tell you, she holds the key. Why
Yeah,
not
I mean,
put her in a room and say you're either going to talk or you'll sit here until you do?
she was the last one. She was in the exact home, right, that he went missing
Right.
from. And
And
out of a specific door she said he had to go out of, or uh, the door's locked behind him. And it just doesn't make sense.
and why? I mean, is the neighbors talking not enough to show abuse? The law enforcement has talked to every neighbor, sounds like, on that street. Shooting a child with or not with a pressure washer,
Allegedly.
allegedly,
Hmm.
is that not enough? I mean, I'm sure if that is so, the guy, the neighbor directly beside of them, he has cameras. I'm sure that is somewhere on his camera.
Well, I mean, it's probably not, because it overwrites itself after a certain amount of
Yeah,
days.
yeah. But
Right.
I just don't understand. I mean, you know, allegedly there has been abuse. People will testify to that. Why is that not enough to at least get them in the door at the police station?
Right.
I mean, if you and I had those accusations, if our children went to school and said that, they're going to come and interrogate the crap out of us. Who do they know
I mean,
that's keeping that
I would
from
say
happening?
I'm going to sit my ass here and you're going to ask me anything that you need to ask me. Look at anything you need to look at, and I'm going to sit my ass here until you clear me, until you
Yeah,
publicly clear my ass, because this is exhausting. Clear me up, Scotty. Beam me up, Scotty. Clear me up.
I mean,
Right.
I worked for social services for 20 years. I mean, they are not nice when they come knocking on the door.
Yep.
I mean,
I mean,
I worked in a
my
different
best friend
department
works
then,
for
but it was
CPS.
there.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're not nice. And if you're not scared when they come knocking at your door, something is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Because they can remove your child in 10 seconds without any question. All they got to do is pick up the phone, call the sheriff's department, have them put a warrant on you, and there your child goes.
Right. Exactly.
And I think they know people in high spot, and may allegedly, and maybe that's what's protecting them. They live in a higher paying, higher living house, and they have good jobs, and you know,
Yeah.
I don't know what the answer is to that, but it's something, and somebody needs to figure it out. But I feel like that this case is going to lose momentum with creators because this guy's going to control Seth and not let him speak out.
I mean, there's
Daredevil just die out.
Seth has went through a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
So, this guy may last, he may not.
And I wonder, Seth, like I said, he may be just grasping at straws right now, but he's paying these people. Are they just taking advantage of him and he's throwing money at them and they're promising him the world? Oh, yeah, I can find your child. I can find your child. Well, I would give, if somebody was telling me that, I'd probably give them, hundreds of thousands of dollars too, but enough is enough.
Right.
I just don't understand.
Yeah. All right, my dear, I'm getting some beeps. I'll thank you for calling.
Okay. Thank you.
All
Bye
right,
bye.
bye-bye. Clutch your pearls. How can I help you?
Hi,
Hey, dear.
this is Rhonda from Florida.
Hey, Randa. How are you doing?
Good, it's Rhonda, and I just want to say I recently found you, and you are one of the best podcasts
Oh,
or YouTubes out here.
thank you. Thank you. It's very
I
kind of
love the
you.
way that you handle yourself and
Thank you.
approach this. So
Thank you.
much respect for you.
Thank you, my friend.
You're very welcome. Some of my comments, I just feel like there's been so many smoke and mirrors, and one of the huge things was when Chris immediately said that was not Sebastian's photo. And yet both parents say, yes, it is. What is it that he's trying to hide so bad that he doesn't want him found, and even if it is him? Why is he the only person speaking out like that when the other parents, and I shouldn't say other parents because he's not a parent.
Sure.
But he's treated that boy, is just absolutely not.
Yeah.
And then in the very beginning, he tried to portray him as this autistic child. And then I'm seeing, today I saw a photo of him on a small little deck, little crane in the yard. You're not going to let a child with those type of limitations on a piece of equipment like that.
Right.
I believe this child was a lot more high functioning, and I think what happened is he got sick of this guy's crap.
I do too.
And finally started pushing back.
Yeah, I think he was getting older, and he wanted probably more freedom. He wanted more friends. He wanted friends, and he was pushing back, and they were bumping heads.
Yeah, and Chris made it very clear. If this is the things the neighbors were seeing, what was going on inside of that house? Because he wasn't afraid to scream the R word. He wasn't afraid to scream that it was him or it was the kid or him. He wasn't afraid to allegedly power wash him or put him in a garage or call him Mr. Pissy Pants or even send him to school and pull up. And he seems to be thriving on the things he did to this poor kid.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as the mother goes, yes, she could be, very browbeat by him, but I'm sorry. If the man wasn't even staying in your home and was working away, if your child's in danger, you pick up and you leave while that man is gone, and you go do everything you can to protect yourself and the child. I think Katie wants that man so bad, she was willing to disappear her child.
Yeah, I think she got used to the lifestyle, and
yes.
And I think Chris said it's him or me. That's my opinion.
She made a choice, I think.
Yeah.
I think she made a choice, and unfortunately, I don't think they expected this to get this big. I think they thought it was just going to be a missing kid, go away. But with the Riley Strain stuff in the forefront, it just seemed to bombard and snowball this case, and they didn't expect it. So they are freaking. It's just they don't know what to do.
It's
And I don't
it's a
think I've
lot.
ever seen people disliked as much as this since Casey Anthony, honestly.
Yeah. Chris, like it or not, Chris is a big reason, I think, why this case has got as big as it's got. He is certainly, because of his the way he responds and reacts and speaks, uh got a lot of attention.
Yeah, he's enraged a lot of people because
He
you
certainly
know
has. He's lit a fire
he's
on a
just
lot of people. He certainly has.
right. And I think I've not seen somebody so disliked since Casey Anthony until this Chris Proudfoot. Now, one other thing I've had a question about, maybe you could help me with.
Sure.
Proudfoot, I assumed that they were Native Americans because of the name. And when his ex-wife Nina came on, she said the reason Chris wanted the custody was because she was sending the daughter to a Native American school, and he did not want her in the Native American lifestyle.
Uh-huh.
What is that all about?
Um, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I think Chris is he doesn't go for anything that's not that may be considered, in my opinion, different. Like someone was talking about last night, how he even thought food different, like Sebastian, like sushi and stuff, and he allegedly even
Yes,
considered that feminine.
yes, and that was horrible.
Yeah.
That was horrible. This poor boy was just nothing but mentally and verbally abused for sure by this man.
So
Another
Proudfoot
quick
is
comment I wanted
supposedly a Scottish name.
Okay. Thank you for clearing that up. I
Yeah.
wasn't sure, and I thought, why is he trying to distance himself from that? Does he think he's better than the American women, American Indian people? I don't know.
Yeah.
One other quick comment a lot of people made about the photo, which I think is real. I think it is him. I pray it is him. I want this boy to be alive so badly. He deserves a good life after this.
Amen.
But people were talking about the hair color. First, you got to realize a lot of the pictures released were younger pictures. And also, if this boy's been in hiding for 2 months, his hair from not being out in the sunshine.
That's true. That's a good point. It's a good point.
So that's basically all I really have at this point. But I really appreciate you letting me to bounce these ideas off of you.
Of course.
And, you're doing a great job. You
Thank
handle
you.
yourself so well with it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for calling. Call back.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Call from Renee.
Clutch your pearls.
Justin?
Hello.
Hello. It is an honor to speak to you.
How are you doing? Thank you for calling.
I'm doing fine. I have a question that's bothering me about something.
Sure.
Okay. If this is a criminal investigation, can they really sell the house since that was the last location that he was at?
They sure can. They sure can sell it. They sure can sell it because they have not been named a suspect. And they have not deemed it a crime scene that I'm aware of, at least. So they absolutely can sell it. They can go anywhere in the world for that matter right now, not just the country.
Right.
I mean, unless, I mean, like let's say they wanted to go to Timbuktu out of the country, right? They can go unless they tried and there actually is something going on behind the scenes. Then they may stop them at the gate or whatever. But as of now, law enforcement saying There's no criminal investigation. They are not suspects. It can absolutely be sold. They can go in, they can renovate anything in the house that they want, and that's that. I mean, that's they absolutely can. Hmm.
Okay. I mean, I work for a police department, but I'm dispatcher. But I was just curious if the house can be sold until the case is closed, just in case they need to go back in there and do something, find something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was just really curious. I didn't mean to bother you, Justin, but that was
Oh, no, you're
really
not
on
bothering me at
my
all. Thank you so much for calling.
and I love your podcast. Me and Dispatch Crystal, we're on this with you.
That's right.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Justin, and God bless you, and you have a blessed day.
You too, my dear. Thank you for calling. Bye-bye.
Thank you, and bye-bye.
Hello, Clutch Your Pearls. Hello. How are you?
How you doing? I'm watching the show. I'm fantastic. Listen, I've got a question for you.
Yes, AB?
In this scenario, do you think Chris Proudfoot is guilty of abusing Sebastian?
I mean, I think whipping a anyone that's mentally or physically disabled, I think it is abuse.
Well, absolutely. But not just the belt. But what about the reports from the neighbor that came out on Brooks's interview yesterday about the reports of the scenario of the well, the witness, the neighbor who witnessed, the pressure washer incident and
Mm-hmm.
the sleeping in the garage and the ultimatum to Katie by Chris over either he goes or I do.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any?
I mean, if those are true, then that's absolute abuse. If those are true. If those are true. Um, I mean, I think, living with Chris at all uh, is mental abuse, in my opinion. I mean, can you imagine the shit you would have to put up with that man?
Oh my god! Oh my god! It's scary that we're getting a window in. I mean, what sort of relationship do you think he and Katie have? Like she is in this wholeheartedly. She's obviously choosing her man over the obvious things to everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's the lifestyle. I think Katie has had to. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're trying to fit it. Sorry to interrupt you. They're
No.
trying to fit into this whole biker lifestyle and this whole fantasy world. I see that as well. But sorry to interrupt you. Finish up.
No, you're fine. I think also Katie is. I think she doesn't have like real family, and I think she finds
Right.
comfort in Chris's family accepting her and the stability that she never had growing up. Obviously, her
Right.
parents and her family are much different than the Proudfoot family.
So maybe she's much more susceptible to being, I guess, in these relationships for somebody who we think is so horrible like Chris, because she's been victimized by her own family.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a heck of a thing. I don't hold that against her.
No. I mean, it's security. It's security for her.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Justin, I really appreciate it. Here's a cyber hug from me to you. I'll let the next caller get through. Thanks for.
Thank you, AB. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, let's see here. All right, that's AB. Y'all know AB. I had to take a native child into custody after his mom was arrested in Cherokee. Interesting. One second. Clutch your pearls. Hey, hold on one second. I can't hardly hear you. No. Let me. One second. Let me make sure it's not me. Huh. Nope. It's very, very low. You want to call back? Okay. All right. Call me right back. It's not working or something. Bye-bye. I don't know. You couldn't hardly hear it. The quality was bad, Google. All right. She's going to call back. She said she needs to tell me something.
Okay, Bird.
One second, y'all.
Okay, Bird.
Hold on one second. Sorry, y'all. Something's going. Y'all call in so fast. There's like 5 different things. Call back, Cassie. It's working now. I don't know. It just got a hiccup. Okay. Green Eye. Hey, Justin. Check your email, please. Thank you. Thank you, dear. Appreciate you. Call back in, Cassie. It should work. Should work now. It will. Yeah. Thank you so much, Green Eye. I certainly will. All right, here we go. All right, Cassie, are you there?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, dear.
Justin.
Hello.
Hi. It's my first time calling in to anybody. It's Holly.
Oh, thank you, Holly, for calling in.
Does anybody know if Sebastian has any kind of birthmarks or moles or whatever on his face or neck or hands or arms that people can be aware of?
He does have some. I think he has some. That's a good point.
It helps identify him too, right?
Yes.
Like if he had a scar or something from falling off a bike or whatever, like some kind of mark or.
Yeah, he does have. Let me see here. Let's see what this says. Let me check here. Like it doesn't say on his flyer that I remember, but no, nope. I guess he doesn't. Not that I.
No, maybe somebody should check with stuff and see.
Okay, he has a frozen moment said he had a cluster of moles on his right side of his neck.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
let's keep an eye out like that as more pictures come out.
yeah, that's a very interesting point for sure.
Yeah, that's a good identification mark, right?
Right.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for all you do. You're amazing.
Thank you, my dear. Appreciate you.
Okay.
Thank you for
take
calling.
care.
You too. Bye bye. That's an interesting question. I turned it up. I turned the volume up even farther. So it should be. Let me try this. One second. All right, Cassie, call back. Again.
Cassie Wesu.
Hello, Cassie.
Hello.
Oh.
Can you put me on private for a minute?
Oh, sure. Yes. Hold on 1 second, guys. 1 second. Thank you, my
Bye-bye.
dear. Bye bye. Okay, she had to tell me something. All right, call back, caller. We'll get much better volume. We're good as gold now. Okay, perfect. All right, so while that is being, while we're waiting on the next call, this says that he was seen around 10 p.m. Thank you for calling.
Hello?
Hello. Hey, dear, could you turn off the back of the, could you mute the, could you mute me in the back?
Me? I can't hear you.
Yeah, you got to turn off the, just talk to me through the phone because there's a delay.
Wait, what do you mean? I'm sorry. Hello?
Hello? Okay, we'll take the next caller. So whenever you call in, what I am saying now will get to you 10 seconds, about 10 seconds delay. So what you have to do is don't look at me on the screen. You just talk to me on the phone. Ignore me here. Pause that or turn it off. Clutch your pearls.
Hi, Justin. This is Kate.
Hey, Kate. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. My love. What's up?
I just wanted to let you know that Nancy Grace is actually going to have Tony Mathis and Steph sometime this week.
Oh, that's awesome. Good. That's
So
good.
that's all I wanted to tell you.
Okay. Well, thank you. So Tony and Seth sometimes this week. That's good. Hopefully they'll talk about those lie detector tests too.
Yes, I'm sure everyone's anxiously awaiting for that.
Very good. Very good. And then you know what? Chris can get on there too and talk to Nancy and take those lie detector tests as well, like he promised.
I don't know about that. I think that's asking for a lot.
I know, but you know what, Chris? You're a man of your word, you say. So go ahead. Go ahead.
Right.
Do that lie
Right.
detector test. Yeah, I agree. Okay, I can't wait for that. That'll be good. That'll be good.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to be waiting with my colossal popcorn.
Yes, our colossal popcorn. That's right. That's Cake. She's a mod for us. Thank you so much, Cake, for calling in.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too, my dear.
Yeah. This month is mental health awareness month. So everyone, I hope you're going to do something nice for yourself this weekend.
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
Thank you, my dear.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Mental Health Awareness Month. Absolutely. You got to take care of yourself up here. Listen, you have to take care of yourself, your mental health. Do something every day that is good for your mental health, whether it's walking 10 minutes, spending time with your pet, is something. Spending time with your family, playing games with your family, whatever. Praying, meditating, it all is good. Clutch your pearls.
Yes. How are you?
Good. How are you, dear?
good. I have a theory or an idea that I've not heard anyone mention so far, but we've all heard that there's trouble in paradise there between the two of them, and maybe an imminent divorce, allegedly.
Right.
But my thought is, if there's no way that these two would have gone into this together, because that would be so easy to rat each other out if one left the other. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the first ammunition they use against each other, is to rat the other one out. So I don't think that the two would be in it together. I think it'd be more like, just one of them. And sometimes women, will do anything to keep their man if they think they're going to leave, unfortunately, which I don't understand. But I just had that idea that I don't think they'd be in it together because.
You mean if there were if there's foul play?
Yes, if there was foul play, I don't think that they would both be involved in a conspiracy together, because they would rat each other out if there was a divorce coming, like out of anger or whatever. It'd be too easy to, if they had any sense at all, they wouldn't have gone in it together, because it'd be too easy to rat each other out.
So, what about what if let's talk about a theory here, right? Let's say Chris, kept saying, you know what, it's me or Sebastian. It's Sebastian or me, right? And Katie, in this theory, did something, and she calls, and Sebastian, I just, I got angry at Sebastian and something happened, right? Do you think he would help her then, in your opinion?
Possibly, yes. And I've thought about that long call too, whether, if allegedly Katie did something, if that was before the fact or after the fact. That's that's hard to figure out. But I don't know. You could be right. He could help her, but they would still have something on each other. I think, man, she's just really risking a lot. First of all, that's a terrible thought. I hope that's not the case, but that, she's risking a lot by letting him know if she did do something, because he could just rat her out if he would divorce her, or they'd get in a fight or an argument, or, hey, I heard you had this other man, or anything. That was something that they could throw up at each other, or go to the police with. So I don't know. I think it would be. I think it's more like well, in my opinion, I think it would be more Katie than the both of them together.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong about that. I don't know. It was just a thought.
So if let's say, for instance, in this theory that we're talking about, do you think Katie could have done this all on her own?
Yes, it could have been an accident. It could have been out of panic because, oh no, he's going to leave me. I'll do anything to keep my man, which is, again, I don't understand that. But
even like a cover up?
I just think, whether it was an accident or on purpose, the only way he could have gotten out of that house without anyone seeing is if her to put him in the car in the garage. We've discussed all that, or I guess there is a way out back, but, or, I'm kind of 50-50. It could have been that he met someone online and just, was, like everyone says, sick of his lifestyle and thought, I'm just going to take off. Who knows? I hope that's the case. I hope he's still alive, but that picture is so iffy, no one knows if that's real or not, or at least they're not telling us.
So my theory is, if there is like foul play, I think someone snapped, and this was very, very unexpected. I don't think this was pre-planned, premeditated at all. Now, if there isn't, like, if Sebastian is still with us, shall we say, then I think Katie sent him to a family member. But my overall theory is someone snapped.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that, because if he was with a family member, the family member knows by now they're going to be in a lot of trouble. And, are they planning to get away with that forever? Like, they're going to get caught. If they have him, they're going to eventually get caught.
Yeah.
And for a family member to agree to take him, I don't know, that would be hard, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think my, it's been 2 months. It's been over 2 months, and this was the end of February. It's winter. It's it's dreary in Tennessee. And it's cold. It's cool, and now the leaves are out. The birds are chirping. The flowers are blooming. It's been a minute, right? And I think FBI and Secret Service would have known that he is with someone by now. I think it's easier for them to track him, being moved with a family member than it is finding him elsewhere, if you get my drift.
Right. Well, I won't take any more of your time. I just wanted to share that thought. So
Thank you so much for calling. Thank you so much for sharing that. I appreciate you.
Okay. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye. All right. Lines are open. 307-228-4906 if you want to call in. So this says he has been missing since approximately 10 p.m., which that would be when Katie says the last time she spoke with Sebastian, which was 10 p.m. So if Katie is guilty, won't the Navy take the trial if she's active? That's a really good question. And I don't know. I don't know that answer. So I don't want to tell you something I have no idea. I don't know. 3-hour conversation again. But technically he could have went missing anytime after that conversation that she says she spoke to him at 10 p.m. She's still in the Navy, question mark. I don't know if she's still active. I have no idea. Wearing black sweatpants, a sweatshirt, possibly left barefoot. Now, it has his physical. I thought this is interesting right here. Physical description: blonde, strawberry.
Brenda.
Clutch your pearls. Thank you for calling.
Hey, Justin, how you doing, love?
Good. How are you, my dear?
I'm doing fine.
Wonderful.
First of all, I want to thank you for all you do, sweetheart. I absolutely love you.
Oh, thank
you. And
you.
I love your show.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you for everything you do for the missing. As far as that little boy, Chris,
Mm-hmm.
no, honey, I'm sorry.
You mean Sebastian?
I'm 63-year-old. Huh?
You mean Sebastian?
No, I'm calling this that little boy.
Oh, gotcha.
I said
Okay,
exactly
gotcha.
Little boy. He's not a man. He's a little boy.
Gotcha.
Let's put it the way it is. He's a little boy. He's not a man.
Yes.
Chris, you need to answer a question Dolly's got out there for you, buddy.
Right.
Why did Sebastian go to school and report you to the CPS? What did he tell the CPS about you, buddy?
That's exactly what I've been saying. Why won't he says, well, that's a personal matter. Well, he's told everything else. Why won't he?
Exactly.
Why won't he say that?
He's admitted spanking that boy with the bell.
Yes, he has.
I mean,
I think it's awful that
what
someone
you do,
hits
Chris?
someone mentally, physically, emotionally challenged. That doesn't.
Now, I had a dog that was I mean, she's very smart, very intelligent, but she was born with the birth defect. She was born with the cleft lip and palate.
Right.
And I would not even let her own father hit her.
Right. Absolutely.
Justin, honey, I would have hurt him.
Yes. Yes.
He knew he'd go.
Can you imagine a step parent?
Them children came from my body.
That's
Not
right.
my husband's. They came from my body.
That's right.
Ain't no man, not even a daddy, gonna hit up on my kids. They've been in jail.
Let alone
I'm
another
sorry,
man.
Justin.
Let alone another man,
Now,
right?
a mother does have a right to discipline and correct his kid. I understand that. I do. Trust me, I do.
Right.
As long as they're not my kids.
Right.
As long as they're not my kids.
Sure.
I wouldn't even let my husband hit up on my kids. That was not going to ever happen. Ever. I just think it is a disgrace for a mother to let someone come in that house and hit up on her son. That's just when I heard that, my blood started boiling. I literally had to shut my TV off. When I heard that, Justin, I had to walk away, honey. I literally had to walk away for a little bit. That made my blood boil. Who in the hell would let somebody hit up on their, especially a child that's disabled? Make that make sense to me, honey, because for the love of God, over 2 months now, I can't make it make sense. I've cried over this case. I've prayed over this case. I mean, who would let somebody hit a child like that?
I wish I knew.
I can't understand it, how people are going out here and hurting these children.
I don't get it either.
I pray to God it makes sense to me, because it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Just doesn't.
You should never hit someone who's mentally or physically, that, you just don't do that. You just don't do that, right?
It's absolutely, this one in Summerwell's case has absolutely broke my heart.
Yeah. It's bad. It's really bad.
And this is a playbook out of the Summerwell's case.
It feels like Summerwell's 2.0, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, honey. It sure does. And I was praying that little boy in North Carolina was him, but Justin, I don't think it was him, honey. Or the cops would have already, as much stuff as the cops and CIA and all them got, they would have already known if that baby was him or not by now.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you think so?
Be
honest with you.
I mean, I would think so, but I also think that, they debunked the pants very quick. They debunked something else. I can't remember what it was. And they still the glasses.
Yeah.
But why haven't they talked about? Why haven't they said anything about this? I mean, I guess they're making really, really sure this is not Sebastian.
Or do they think it might be? I'm wondering if they think it might be him, and they're afraid to approach too quickly, afraid that Sebastian will get hurt. In other words,
perhaps.
Do you think maybe that's why they're not saying anything?
I don't know.
Because if it is him, maybe they're afraid that maybe whoever's got him will hurt him if the police rush in or whatever.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Just keep praying, my
friend.
I want
to thank you. all you do, honey.
Thank you, my
God
dear.
bless you, sweetheart. I love you so much.
Love you too, sweetheart. Thank you for calling. Call back anytime.
You have a good day.
You too, my friend. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Call from Tammy. To accept.
Clutch your pearls.
Hey, this is Tammy.
Hey,
from
Tammy.
Salt Lake.
How are you, Tammy?
I'm good. Hey, I'm thinking about what a lot about what Katie's done.
Uh-huh.
And to me, if she was abused as a child, because I know I was abused as a child,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you get afraid for your partner to leave you.
It's like abandonment issues.
Right, it's abandonment.
Mm-hmm.
But, like I told my partner when I got married 40-something years ago, you ever touch my child, because I had a little girl, I go, I will sew you up in a sheet and beat you to death.
Right.
I told none of my kids would be touched because of what I went through. There was nobody going to hurt my child.
Yeah. That's what mothers and fathers and parents do, is that, you protect your kids at all cost.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But, the thing that I'm concerned is maybe she's afraid of losing him. So she's willing to do anything, because I don't know the abuse she went through, but it sounds like her parents were not good.
Right.
And everybody's abuse is different. Sometimes you're stronger and sometimes you're weaker.
That's true. Sometimes we're
Mine
stronger,
made me
sometimes we're
strong.
weaker. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so, I have to look at the way maybe she's feeling, and maybe she got scared.
Yes.
But I don't feel like she hurt him, but I do feel like she might have gave him away to somebody.
We shall see. Hopefully.
At least I hope she didn't hurt him.
Yeah. Hopefully.
But anyway, that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you for calling in. All right. Bye-bye. Okay. I'm going to let me say this for 1 second. Bust a move. Ever heard of Chris speak to a male host the way he does a female? No, haven't. No, haven't. That's been very much been talked about quite a bit. Holly, thank you so much for becoming a member. Appreciate you, my friend. Really do. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you, my dear. Oh, you gifted 5 memberships. Thank you for gifting 5 memberships. We're going to talk about this picture right here. Thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. We are going to need to do an application process.
This is a Brooklyn-bound 2 express train. The next stop is Fulton Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Going to North Carolina.
My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes.
And we have 5 new members that are approved. Welcome aboard. Thank you so much for that, Holly. And thank you for becoming a member yourself. Appreciate the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Approved. That's right. So this photo, I deleted the children's faces here, but someone sent this and said this is Katie's aunt and pic of Katie. Thank you for calling.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, dear.
I was calling to say that have the police went inside their house and did luminol, testing, and see if there's any blood traces of blood.
They have been inside the house at least 8 to 10 times since Sebastian has went missing. I don't know, what they have done inside the home. There's not that I'm aware of. There's been any type of luminol or anything. I'm sure that they have done some sort of testing. I know they've went in with dogs for sure, but luminol and things like that, not that I am aware of.
And another thing, I think he could have left in Chris's truck, after he killed him. And
Allegedly,
he dumped him
in your
somewhere.
opinion,
Allegedly,
Yeah.
yes. Allegedly, yes.
Yeah.
But and dumped him on the way to work somewhere between their house and Memphis.
Yeah.
You know,
They've been looking around Hendersonville in a lot of different, around there, and I think they need to look further south.
yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway, the whole thing is suspicious with them too. I don't know why they haven't interrogated him and, made him break. One of them's going to break soon.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. A lot of people's like, well, why haven't they just took him in a room and tell him to say what you need to say? The problem, well, it's not the problem. I mean, it's just the way our criminal system is set up, and you have rights, and the rights is if you're not being arrested, then you can walk out of that room at any time. Anytime. You have a right to speak or not speak. So,
yeah, the whole thing is suspicious.
Yep, your Fifth Amendment.
No, he didn't just disappear.
No, he didn't just disappear. That is for certain. Nobody just disappears, and nobody just passes up cameras and scents and goes barefoot. I mean, it's just ridiculous. That does not happen.
Yeah. Well, it's just a matter of time before the truth comes out.
That's why we're praying.
Yes. Thank you for taking my call.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Thank you so much. Yeah, I agree with that. I think they need to start looking south. Tennessee law enforcement is the worst. I'm in East Tennessee. I mean, people have said that, they're doing all that they can do, that they are doing all that they can do. Tuesday on Nancy or the other channel. I think it's sometimes next week. I don't know what day, but it will be on Nancy Grace's channel.
Mary Beth McGough.
Thank you for calling. Clutch your pearls.
Hi, Justin.
Hey, dear.
This is Mary Beth. I'm calling for the first time, but I love your show. The one thing that keeps on sticking in my mind over and over is that the first interview they did with Chris. He kept saying, or he did say somewhere in that recording, he said very clearly and almost boasting, they're never going to find him. They'll never find him. How is he so sure that they're not going to find him?
Yeah, that's a great question. And that's something Don Wells said in the Summer Wells case, too. They're never going to find him.
Yeah, and that's what... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Most parents are like, we're going to find him. We're going to find him. We're not going to give up. We'll always look.
Yeah. And it was just something about him and how cocky he was when he said it. Mm-hmm. He just said, if you go, I'm sure you can find it if you go back and look, but he just said, you're never going to find him. They're never going to find him. And that just makes me think, I really think I was listening to your show last night, and I really believe what they were saying is that she did something to him. He came and picked him up, his body, unfortunately, and took him to back to the children's hospital and buried him in cement. Who knows what he could have done with him? But he was just too cocky that nobody was going to find him. And I just can't help but think that that's what has happened to him. It just makes me sick, the whole thing.
No, I think it would be hard for him to take him back there and do something, because there's cameras all around that job site. But I think maybe some way along the way, something could have happened.
Right. He could have. That's true. He could have gotten rid of him along the way or something. But I mean, I just don't know with her either. Is that she's just disappeared off the radar. Nobody's heard anything from her in weeks, and it's like, what is that about? I'd be out there screaming, find my child and somebody help us, and it just seems like there's more to the story, and I'm sure, I hope we get it. I hope we find out what happened to him, because it almost haunts you not knowing.
It does.
Whether or not. I mean, I've been watching day and night, just seeing if they found him. Have they found him? Have they found any more clues? And, it's just sad. It's just like, it's so sad. And I'm a nurse, and I work with kids with special needs for 25 years. And so they all own my heart, and I just keep on thinking about him. And then I heard last night that, the neighbor had made the alleged comment that they hosed him down with a power washer. And I mean, I can't imagine. I can't imagine what he went through.
I wonder if Chris did that after Sebastian may have used, had an accident.
Right.
And took him out.
I mean, yeah. Think about how that whole story went. He hosed him down, maybe put him in the garage, said, "You're sleeping in the garage. You're not coming in the house." Just all of that stuff makes no sense to us, but perfect sense to anybody else. I mean, that man is evil. I just can't help but think that
something's wrong.
Yeah,
something's wrong in Hendersonville.
They better keep that little girl away from him. That's all I can say. Keep her completely away from him, because I think that if he's capable of doing that to Sebastian, he's capable of doing it to anybody, another child. But I don't think that's him. I wish it was. I'm like you. I pray that that's him, but I just don't think it was.
Mm-hmm. Soda snake. Yeah. Someone just said.
I think somebody might have copied and pasted his picture in there. I don't know. Yeah, my daughter thinks that they sold him. She keeps saying they sold him, and I'm like, how can you sell a child? And she's like, Mom, get with the times. They do it all the time.
Yeah.
So, but it's sad. It's just sad. But thank you for taking my call. I appreciate it.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you for calling.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. Yeah, the power wash thing, he allegedly got tired of smelling piss in the house, quote unquote, of this alleged comment. And when the pressure washer thing came, that made me think of was he doing this to clean him from maybe an accident? Thank you for calling.
Hi.
Hey, dear.
Hi. I've never called into one of these before, but
First
I've been
time?
following this case. Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm a little nervous. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Thank you for calling.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like this case is so mixed up and there's so many twists and turns, and I've been following it since the beginning, and it pulls at my heartstrings because I'm a mother of autistic twins, so I understand the challenges, and my heart breaks for this boy,
Mm-hmm.
and I really hope he's the one in the photo.
God, I do
But
too.
yeah, it would just be like a miracle, you know?
It would.
But,
It would.
I mean, I hope it is. I really do.
You know, it's hard to believe that there's human beings in the world that would make up photos like this. But
Yeah.
it does happen. It does happen. But it's hard to believe that there's human beings in this world that would unalive children. You know,
Right.
so they exist. And again, I do hope it's him as well, but I just don't think it is, personally.
Yeah, I don't know. Some day my opinion changes every day, and I'm like, yeah, it's him. Oh no, it's not. You know, but after hearing the neighbor, I've been watching the things about the neighbors. I guess they didn't really like Chris and how he was yelling all the time and mattress. I always felt like when he was on Nancy Grace, the mattress was going to come up later, and the fact that it has, I'm shocked. Like, I'm really shocked by it, and I hope to God he wasn't sleeping in the garage, because maybe he did take off. I don't know, but it just seems terrible, and the whole case makes me sad, and I hope for a good outcome.
I do too.
So.
That would be amazing. Hopefully, it's just interesting why they haven't said either way that this photo is him or isn't him. It's interesting.
It is, because everything else they've shot down
Quickly.
within 24 to 48 hours.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, nope, that's not. But at the same time, the stepdad is saying, nope, you'll never find him. It's not him. Like, he must know something we
don't.
the public don't know, because we have hope and he has none. So it's just like contrasting opinions, because he knows more than we know.
Yeah.
So I hope it's him.
You know, Sebastian is, you know, Chris is saying, no, this isn't him. Seth is saying, yes, it is. Or it looks like. He's not saying 100% it's him, but he says in his opinion, he thinks it's his son, Sebastian. So we'll just have to see.
Yeah, it depends on the photo that they're showing of him. If they're showing a recent photo, I mean, the nose and certain things. And I mean, I know there was a lot of criticism of the person who took it, but I mean, if it was me, I would be incognito trying to take a photo too. I wouldn't be like, hey, let me have your picture, because that's creepy. But I would be scared, because whoever, if it was him or is him, whoever has him, why have they gone to such great lengths to hide him? I don't want to be injured or harmed. So I probably would have done the same thing, but then I would have went inside and maybe called the police. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wasn't in that situation, but
I would have walked straight up to him. Personally, I'd have been like, hey, you look like Sebastian. Are you Sebastian? See the response. But everyone's different. Everyone's different.
Yeah. But maybe he was told not to say who he was. I don't know.
Perhaps. But I think you can tell the look on someone's face when you say, hey, are you such and such?
Yeah.
You know,
you read the body language, you're like, oh, there's a reaction there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll see.
But that's my thoughts. I'm kind of new to your show. I've watched it a few times. I like it.
Thank you so much.
I love the makeup.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you so much.
So, but thanks for taking my call.
Of course, my dear. Thank you for calling. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
All right. Cassie says, Katie said she drove 45 minutes looking for him. She was insistent 45 minutes. I would drive 24 and a half. I would drive 24 and a half minutes each way. Search around those locations, whatever. that leads you to. Yes, exactly. Because it's going to take, and actually, it's going to take. It depends if she was unloading anything, shall we say. Uh, it take time for that. So you're looking at probably 20 minutes each way. Thank you so much for that, Cassie. Really do appreciate the support. Thank you. Dorsey, Justin, thank you for keeping Sebastian's face out there. Thank you, Dorsey. Thank you so much for your support, my friend. Appreciate you. Clutch your pearls.
Hi.
Hi.
I want, because I know people are trying to get through.
You're fine.
I've been on this earth for 67 years, and I don't know if it's just me, but I'm sure it seems like every year things are getting worse as far as these weird things that are happening. I do not think that was his picture, because I don't think that he's put away somewhere. His mother took him away, because the cops, I think, are just, the investigators are holding back, because I think they do have something on them. And why would they say anything? They wouldn't say anything at all about anything. They're just waiting to get what they're looking for. And as far as both parents, you've seen what his father has done to him that in the divorce with Katie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too happy with him. It seems like I have a son. Thank God I got him help early on. He's doing fantastic. It's people who don't want to get their children help.
Right.
Okay, early on. They
Correct.
need it early on.
Yes.
For them to be able to function, to do whatever they have to do in life. And I don't think, I hate to say this, but I think they're just going to have to find him, or Katie's going to have to break. For a woman to be married and to take her husband over her son makes me sick. He is an arrogant, egotistical, SOB sociopath.
Mm-hmm.
And she's not too far behind. And I was abused. Who wasn't abused? A lot of people were abused, but we don't. I have 2 children, love them dearly. I am blessed to have them. Unfortunately, some people, it's all about them, but I don't know. It's terrible, but thank God you're there to.
When you have kids, it's
go.
not about you anymore. It's not. Those days are over.
Exactly. Yeah,
Right?
I had my first marriage. My husband had a real, I went and took martial arts, beat the living tar out of him, and that was it. So, yeah, so you got to do that. There's opportunities, and you take them when you can. But no, I don't think unfortunately, But I don't know. You have a good day, sweetheart, and thank you for doing what you're doing.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you for
Say
calling.
goodbye and be watching you, honey.
Appreciate you
Take
calling.
care.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Clutch your pearls.
Hello?
Hello, my dear.
Hi, this
How?
is Justin.
This is?
Okay. I feel certain that the picture is Sebastian
Okay.
and that he is alive. And I firmly believe that Katie's family has him. And I've felt that since the beginning. And I hope it's him. But what worries me now is with everything out on the news, is his welfare safe.
So you think Katie's family has Sebastian?
I certainly do. Yeah.
Okay. Now, sorry, go ahead.
I think that's been the whole thing since everything happened.
Mm-hmm.
I think that she has a decent relationship with her mother, from what I've read. And I think her mother, even though she's an RSO, I think she has him. And I think that was her in the picture.
So do you think it's do you think it's I mean, do you think that they would be taking him out in public?
To them, I don't believe that was public.
You don't think that to
You
them you
know,
don't think that was public? Okay.
no, I just think they were out traveling, trying to be kind of on the run.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they ever felt that this would be filmed or, especially a picture taken of him. I mean, that's the highest point in North Carolina. Who's going to see him there?
Hmm.
Well, a lot of people have. That is Sebastian in that picture. I am certain.
I think so.
And I have said all along, and I actually did talk to another YouTuber, Dolly,
Uh-huh.
weeks ago, and said he's alive, and family has him.
I hope you're
And
right.
He said, what makes you think that? And I said, it's a family member. Sadie knows. She's planned all this, and I believe Chris is an innocent bystander, but actually he's not, because he's gone in with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel certain everything is crashing down now, and it's too late for them to get out of it. I mean, I think Chris and Katie always knew this is what's going to happen, because he wanted rid of Sebastian.
I agree with that part. Yeah.
Yeah. He definitely did. But I don't think they would go to the length to kill the child.
I hope not.
I hope not either, but that's been in the pictures. I guarantee it. And I hope to God law enforcement is really hitting this hard, which I'm sure they are.
Sure.
My husband was in law enforcement detective, and they don't share a lot. They can't.
Right. Well, do you think we're going to learn something soon if it's him in that picture?
I do. Within the next week.
Okay.
I certainly do. But Justin, I like your channel.
Thank you so much.
You're very honest with people.
Thank you.
And I just wanted to get my 2 cents worth in.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you calling, and let's pray to God in heaven that this is Sebastian in that photo, because that's something we can all agree on, that we hope.
I'm certain it is.
I hope so.
Certain.
I hope so. Thank you, my dear.
Thanks a lot, Justin. God bless you.
God bless you. Bye-bye.
Olivia B.
Hello, Miss Olivia.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm sorry. Can you hear me okay?
Sure can.
Okay, great. How are you, Justin?
Excellent. How are you, my dear?
Good. It's great to talk to you.
Great.
I have an unpopular opinion.
Sure. So. That's okay.
Okay. I don't trust any of the parents
sure.
at all.
That's okay.
Yeah, I just don't.
Listen, people feel how they feel. People feel, you feel how you feel, and there's nothing wrong with feeling how you feel, so absolutely.
Yeah. And so, there's been accusations against Beth, against Chris and Katie. So none of us really know for sure, what are the facts,
Sure.
And so my thing is with Beth, I know he's looking for his son, and my heart goes out to him. I just, I feel like that when he was asked about the DV stuff, he never denied it or anything. He just didn't want to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
And if any of that, and I'm saying if any of that is true, and Sebastian's been abused by all of his parents,
Sure.
And that's the sad thing. And so we don't know if that's true, and it could be made up, but it's just the drama in this case is crazy,
People feel very strongly, generally one way or the other in this case, very reminiscent of Summer Wells case, if you followed that case. And it can be that way, that's fine, but we got to have respect for others who think and feel differently, right? Like, I think again, all the parents have done something that has not been good. It sounds like, and that is just something that is true. We've got reports that tell us that. But I am, I give Seth more grace because I just feel like he's the one out there trying to do something, and the man,
and I agree
just
with that.
he shows his emotions and he cries, and and he has messed up in the past. There's no denying that, but I just don't know why a mother is not out there, like, on her roof in her $600,000 house with a bullhorn saying, "Find my son, Sebastian. We're coming."
Yes, I totally agree with that, and I do know Seth has been out looking for his son. I know that, and I've supported him. I just have different thoughts, but at the same time, touching on Katie, and I'm not going to go in about myself, but I lost a son.
Oh, I'm so
a few
sorry.
years ago.
I'm so
And
sorry.
I don't thank you. I don't compare it to a missing son, but it was sudden and unexpected. And so I feel like I could look at Seth and feel his pain. And
Yes.
so I know that he's in pain. It's just that. So, and I can understand Katie as a mother. Nobody would stop me from searching. I don't care who they were. I would be out searching, screaming, doing everything that I could. So I do know Seth is doing a lot of that, and so I do, I give him that. I don't know, just have a little mixed feelings, and also it's common because this case has been so crazy. That's probably why,
It certainly is. It certainly is. So hopefully, we just got to keep praying and pray for law enforcement that they are guided in the right path and doing the right thing.
Exactly. Well, it's been great talking to you finally.
Awesome.
And,
Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you for taking my call. And I love your chat, by the way. I just hope nobody is upset by what I said. But yeah, I said something in T-Brad's chat. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to mention someone. But I got blocked from another channel. That's what I meant to say. Just for saying an opinion.
Oh, that's no. You're never going to get blocked here for disagreeing or no, not at all. You're always gracious.
Okay. Thank you, Justin.
Thank you, my
I'll
dear.
talk to you soon.
All
Have
right.
a great day.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.
All right. Good caller for sure. Yeah, it's absolutely okay to have a differing opinion. Like I always say, it's an opinion. It's an opinion. It's not a fact because we don't know what happened to Sebastian.
From Lolly.
Hello, clutch your pearls.
Hey, Justin, it's Lolly.
Hey, Lolly, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you, dear.
I wanted to bring up something that nobody's talked about yet.
Sure.
Chris was talking with Terry Lynn,
And he was making the comments about how everybody thought his parents were rich, they owned all this property, this, that, and the other. He says, if we were that rich, Sebastian would already be home.
Yep.
And it's like, what?
That's
What
interesting,
does
isn't
money
it?
have to do with this? Yeah. I've always thought that stood out to me because what does the money have to do with it?
Well, yeah. What does it have to do with it?
Yeah.
Does he thinks money will, get him answers faster? I mean, it certainly helps, right, in a missing persons case, but
yeah.
I don't know. A lot of people has brought that up to me, and I think someone who talks to him needs to ask him that.
I agree.
I might text him and just say, "What did you mean by this comment?"
Yeah. Yes.
See if he'll say anything. He probably will.
I mean, he was very matter of fact when he said it, and it was like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yes.
But and he just kept going. But he's very cocky, so I don't know if that was just him throwing something out there. I don't know. It's hard to tell sometimes with him.
Mm-hmm.
But,
it certainly is.
As far as Katie goes, as a mother who lost her son 4 years ago,
I know. I'm so sorry.
If he was alive, I would swim through floodwaters, walk through hurricane winds, whatever it took, just to find him.
Yes.
And her not doing what just nothing, not even at the home waiting for him, that speaks volumes. And they can be mad all they want to, but they're putting themselves in a position where they look very, very, very guilty.
And
whether they are or not.
And I can say that, but it's people like you, unfortunately, who have been through something which is the most, tragic anything could happen in life too.
Right.
That really, that's saying this, that something is wrong here. Why, would a mother not be doing everything she can?
Yes, exactly. And to me, it speaks huge volumes. And I know everybody handles things their own way, but to move out of the house, and what if he is wandering around out there and he got a chance to come home? And nobody's there. I mean, that, to me, it speaks volumes. It says we're not worried about Sebastian coming home.
Well, that's right.
We know where he's at.
Yeah. Well, it does. It sets yeah, they know he's not coming back there. They know. Otherwise, they wouldn't be. If there was any chance that I knew my son or daughter or whoever could be knocking at the door or could be dropped back off, even, right?
Exactly.
You think
would not move.
I wouldn't? You wouldn't pry me from my home.
Yeah, exactly. But they're doing this to themselves, and they obviously know something, because if they didn't, they would be like Seth, begging, crying, just driving himself insane, and his health is being affected because he's looking and searching, and he's upset, and he's worried, and all the things. But they're not. They're going motorcycle shopping.
It's like Katie got what she wanted.
Yes, exactly. And I know
got her man.
There's no proof to this that we can say is 100% proof, but common sense.
common sense tells you.
There's there's a universal, way, not everyone acts differently, but there's a norm. There's a norm as
Right.
well. So
Yeah. 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 And like I say, everybody grieves differently. Everybody reacts differently. But a mother who doesn't know where her child is currently does not leave the house.
think of even animals. Think of animals. When their baby is lost, what's the first thing they do? They go looking.
They go, yeah.
Take a cat.
I mean, that's instinct.
Yeah, from her mother. That cat is on you. Like, I am gonna follow you. I'm gonna sniff you out. I'm getting my baby.
Yes. Yes. And that's not Katie.
Yeah, it's
and
not.
It's sad. Very, very sad.
And you know what? And if you see those few animals that they're just not good mothers. They're not sniffing. And you think, we look at those cats that aren't good mothers, or dogs or whatever, and we're like, you're not a good mother.
Right.
And that's the same thing as here. It's like, well, shit, you're not very good right now. I'm just saying.
You're not doing a good job right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And it really does speak volumes. It really does. People, I mean, they wouldn't have to say a word, and people, they see it.
Exactly.
And people know it, They would be acting like Seth if they had absolutely no idea.
Bingo.
They would be worried.
Bingo.
And they're not, so.
They
but
ain't.
yeah, if you find out about the money thing, because to me that stood out, because he was so matter of fact, we would have Sebastian.
I'll ask him that. I'll ask him that.
But,
Chris, how much money is it going to take to get him? Like, what do you need money? I mean,
do
like,
we
what
need
is
a fundraiser?
right? Like, what's up here?
Yeah, and he's so superficial. It may have just been a smart ass type comment, but yeah, that was just very not so cool. But okay, well, I'll let somebody else call in. I just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for calling, my dear.
Yes, ma'am. Or yes, sir. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, my dear. Bye-bye.
Alrighty. Bye.
Some don't have the instinct to be mothers. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm going to turn the lines off for now. So this is, someone sent this and said this is Katie when she was younger. That doesn't look like Katie to me. Let me just answer this one. Oops. Sorry. I guess they hung up. Okay. Does that look like Katie to you? Are you sure that's Katie Green-Eyed? She looks way different. If that's her. Call in, girl. Call in. Hello, my dear.
Hi, Justin. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Listen, I have probably an unpopular opinion.
Okay, I can't hardly hear you.
I said I have an unpopular opinion on all of this.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
You're a little low, but I can. Yeah.
Okay. My opinion is we know Chris didn't want Sebastian to be around Faith, right?
We know what?
That Chris did not want Sebastian around Faith.
Yes.
Okay. We don't know how long he has started being like mean to Sebastian. What if something happened between Sebastian and Faith
he started being mean to Sebastian and told Katie if he, like, say, if maybe Sebastian did some weird things around the house, and he told Katie, either you get rid of your son or I'm going to press charges against him.
I don't know if you could press charges against. I mean, well, he's so young, and he's got
A 15-year-old?
yeah, but he's got conditions. So
I know, but I'm like, what if that scared her enough and that she got her family or someone to take him and didn't let anyone know, and that's why she's not talking, and none of the two guys really don't know.
I mean, it's a point. It's possible. I suppose.
She knows something.
Oh yeah, I agree. In my opinion,
And
as
that's
well.
the only thing I can come up with. It has to be something. And you know how bitter Chris is and anal he can be.
Yes.
That if it's something he wants, and I could see him being very spiteful to Sebastian over something like that, and said he's got to go, scared Katie enough, so that's why she's not really worried about anything, because she really does know where he is.
It's possible. It's very possible.
That's my
interesting.
thought.
We'll have to.
I just keep thinking he's alive, and it's something like that. That's why they're not finding him anywhere.
Yeah, they're definitely not finding
That
him.
was a sighting of him, and they're just, the FBI is scoping it out. They kind of know who it is, but they haven't gone back home, or because now Katie done ran to him and said, "They've spotted you. You better be on the run." Or I don't know. That's my hope. My hope. Right.
Well,
All right.
the main thing is we just hope he's alive and okay and safe.
Yes.
That's the main thing. Thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Call from Lori Rogers.
Lori.
Hi, Justin.
Hi.
I live down here in North Carolina on the beach. I'm like half an hour from Emerald Isle.
Right.
And I had seen a woman post in your show a couple of days ago that Sebastian may be in Emerald Isle with Katie's family. And I was thinking, there's a lot of things to do there, fishing piers, amusement parks, all kinds of stuff there on that end of the island. And if I can get my hands on some flyers, I would plaster them everywhere down there.
Right.
And I'm not sure. I can go back on things to find out her family's name, but of course they're married and may have different names. But it wouldn't hurt anything to have a ton of flyers down there. I know a lot of people down there because I used to work in amusement business. So I was just thinking, that would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Fishing piers, bowling alleys, amusement parks, go-karts, which is a lot for an autistic kid.
Right.
But who knows what they're doing? There's a lot of campgrounds there, too.
Okay. Well, we'll see if we can get you some flyers down there and get you some. So,
You want me to email you my address?
Yeah, just email me and we'll see. We'll try to get some flyers and get sent down there.
If you can send me one or two, I got a printer, baby.
Okay, honey. Okay. Green Eyed
do
PI is calling in right now, so I'm going to answer that. Just email me, okay?
All right.
Thank you.
Love you, Justin.
Love you. Bye-bye. All right, Green Eyed PI, missed it again. Call me again. Nobody call except Green Eyed PI right now, please. Lines are off except for Green Eyed PI.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, Justin.
Oh, hey dear, how are you?
Hey, I'm great. It's beautiful weather here in Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, Tidewater area.
Awesome. Awesome.
So I wanted to tell you about the picture. It is on her aunt's Facebook page, and she also has a LinkedIn. She works at at the place I put in chat. It's in Richland, Virginia, and they deal with autism, all children with different types of challenges. Out of all of Katie's family, she is the only one that seems to not have a criminal background, and I believe she is the one that took care of Katie while her mother went to prison.
Oh, wow.
It only makes sense. Everyone else, including stepfather, think about it, she had no one else to go to. So I believe her aunt took care of her.
Sure.
And because she was the only one that had a decent job in the health field, and she's the only one that has her stuff together. Katie knew that she took great care of her after what Katie had been through, her abuse. So if she was with anyone, if Sebastian is with anyone, I believe it would be with this aunt, because she knows that this aunt has the qualifications of dealing with the autism, and she works at a place that could also have him in a program. They have inpatient and outpatient. And Goochland, Virginia, the only thing they are known for is a prison. It is way out there in the middle of nowhere.
So she said that this was a picture of Katie?
That picture is on her Facebook, and Katie replied to it and said, "Oh, cute." Meaning, it's cute because it's her and her cousin.
See, it doesn't look like Katie to me.
Oh, it's her. If you look at some of Katie's old, I have some other pictures of Katie at that age on Katie's Facebook, and that's Katie.
Wow.
I mean, I can say allegedly, but I know for a fact. I wouldn't go on here and say that. I would say the aunt's name, but I don't know if you want me to or not.
Don't. You can email it if you want, but
well, you have it. I already emailed
oh,
it
okay.
to you.
I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
It's on the picture.
So
it's on her Facebook.
That looks like, so that's probably like Katie's second mother.
Exactly, because who else would Katie go to when her mother got put in prison? And her stepfather,
Right.
She had nowhere else to go, and to be kept in the family and not go into the system, her aunt took her, I believe. Because how would she be taken care of? I believe her aunt did that. So I believe, and Katie kept in touch with her.
Okay. Interesting.
That's what makes sense to me. And like I said, the place where this aunt lives and works is in the middle of nowhere. Like I said, the only thing famous there is a prison.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
So that's all I have for you.
Well, thank you so much for calling in.
Other photos. Yeah, and I'm in the area where the family is. So there are people that see them.
Gaia.
Okay?
All right. Thank you so much, my dear.
Okay.
Appreciate you.
You guys have a great day.
You too, my love. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
It's very interesting. Very interesting. Thank you going on for that. Thank you, my dear. Chris was all for Seth taking Sebastian until CPS call and court for faith. He or Katie had to do something with Sebastian or Seth would find out, in Cassie's opinion. Thank you so much, Cassie. I appreciate you, my dear. Perhaps. We just don't know. I'm going to take one more call.
Call from Reality Man.
Hey, Reality.
Hey, you. How's it going today?
Good. How are you, dear?
I'm wonderful, thank you.
Good.
I sent you a link in your text message.
Uh-huh.
Can you pull it up?
Is it at Tennessee.gov?
Mm-hmm. Can you scroll through all the pictures, please?
Yeah.
That's TBI.
Tennessee missing children.
Yes, it is reality.
Yeah.
Okay, go through it.
Yeah, he's
Who's missing?
Sebastian. He's not on there, but
No.
he's also on the front page because he's an active Amber Alert.
But he still would be listed there.
I mean, you would think he would be. You would think.
And there's so many children missing in Tennessee. It's terrible.
Yeah. See, if you go to the regular web page, if you see in this orange thing right here, I don't know if you're watching me without the volume or whatever, but it's got right here active or Amber Alert. See, above the missing child. But you're right, it doesn't got him on here. It doesn't have Summer Wells, any of that.
There's another point I want to make. There was a young lady who went missing a couple days ago, and she's on the criminal investigation website we're at.
See, look.
And she was only a runaway.
Yeah.
As well.
See, it says Tennessee missing persons. They file them differently. This is active missing children alert, and if you go there, then see, this one is resolved. Then it's got Sebastian, and then it's got Holland Snap, which we've Layla Santinello, which we've talked about. Kennedy.
I remember that one too. I remember when Seth said he wasn't on there in the beginning.
Summer Wells, Eva Lopez. So these are all the active ones. So and you can go to adults.
Well, it's obvious they don't have a very good track record because still look at all those kids missing.
Yeah, there's a lot that would. I mean, I don't know. I wish
And then with the picture of the boy that they think Sebastian, if you go back and look at his face, you see that it is distorted at the chin line. You see like this white line.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it looks distorted for sure. But that's, that's my opinion. So.
I just thought I'd bring that to everybody's attention.
Thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you calling.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a blessed day, hon.
You too, my dear. Thank you. I sent my son to hide and protect him from my youngest 3 in Iran. He was 15 also. I understand, Evo Alaska. I'm sorry you went through something and your children went through something like that. I don't know. They found 11 missing kids in one mission. Yeah, they did. I mean, listen, TBI does find kids. They find kids all the time. You got to give them that. Yes, you can print flyers from the website as well. Yes, I'm still doing a show on summer today. I think, let me go back here and I'm going to have to reschedule it. Let me look here. I got it scheduled for 6. I'm going to reschedule it for 8 o'clock. Okay. All right. A little while. I'll be back here in a little bit. Office Max will print for you free. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Yes, and you can print exactly from your website. I will be back here in a little bit. Every single one of them. Every single one of them. Hey, Nurse Sandy, good to see you, dear. FGTV, hello. Good to see you, Lisa. We're going to be talking about summer wells. Summer needs to be kept in the spotlight. We are going on 3 years, no answers still. While, in my opinion, Don and Candace are sitting on their butt doing a lot of. Yeah, Miss Curvy, I got that. Yep. Thank you, Miss Kirby. Appreciate that. They are still sitting on their butt, living up on the hill in. Ugh. That's right. That's right. Join us for the Justin for All on Facebook for updates on cases as well as notifications for upcoming live shows on YouTube. Click that link. We have a great group over there. So make sure you subscribe to that. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my third channel, it's called Hey Sweet Tea. Join us over there. We just talk about whatever we want to talk about. So join us over there. We talk true crime, makeup, current topics, everything. All right, guys. I'll see you guys here back in just a little bit. Thank you all so much for joining me. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'll see you guys a little bit later. Bye-bye.